The CEO of watchdog group Open the Book says President Biden has the largest, most expensive staff in the history of the presidency. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
Adam Andrzejewski, the CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, you have come out with a report. It is a report on the White House payroll, something you do annually. And as I understand it, that Joe Biden may have one of the largest payrolls in history at this point, but I understand there have been some changes. So what have you found out?
So our auditors at OpenTheBooks.com, for the last 6 years, when the president produces and publishes their White House payroll, it's mandated by Congress. So in Joe Biden's first year, no White House had ever had 500 staffers in their first year, and Joe Biden had 560. So we expect...
It's a record?
It was a record, a bloated White House payroll. In the first 2 years of his administration, he spent over $100 million. But a funny thing happened over the course of the last 12 months. He had turnover on his staff of 40%. Try running an organization with 40% turnover. John, that's abject chaos.
So 40% of his staff is new or gone, or what's that look like in terms of numbers, I guess?
So from his first year to the second year, he had 220 staffers leave his payroll. They left employment at the White House. His staff shrank by 86 employees from his first year to his second year.
Why does that happen? Why, when an organization has 40% turnover, does that indicate, do you suppose?
Well, this is a barometer of morale. And when you're not winning...
The White House.
Yes. This is a barometer of morale at the White House. And when you're not winning, people leave. They go to greener pastures. And that's exactly what happened in the Joe Biden administration in the second year.
How does this compare, for instance, with Barack Obama, maybe the same period in his presidency, and perhaps the former president, Mr. Trump?
So at the end of the first year of the Joe Biden administration, he had 190 employees more than President Trump. And he had about 80 employees more than Barack Obama. In the second year, he has 5 more than Barack Obama, but he still has 100 staffers more on his payroll than what Donald Trump had at the same period after their second year of their administration.
Your numbers, what you found out, also gives you some sense of where they are with regard to COVID. They're still in kind of the COVID pandemic era from the numbers in terms of staff. What have you found out?
There's 20 staffers dedicated to the last war, and that's the Biden war on COVID-19. Actually, you've got the #1 most highly compensated White House staffer, Francis Collins, making $300,000 a year. Who's Francis Collins? He's the immediate past director of the National Institutes of Health. Think Dr. Tony Fauci's employer. And so you have the Biden administration with 20 staffers dedicated to fighting COVID, but again, only 8 on national security.
And you mentioned Francis Collins, the former head of the NIH, I believe. He's actually on the White House staff now, the Biden White House staff?
He's now the president's advisor on science, and he got a massive pay hike when he went to work for the White House. And I think this needs to be explored. When he was running the National Institutes of Health, according to the data posted at OpenTheBooks.com,
Dr. Collins we're talking about, right?
Dr. Francis Collins, he made $203,500, and he made that for a number of years heading up NIH. He comes across to the Biden White House, and now he's making $300,000. And all the way back through Obama, through Trump, nobody on the White House payroll, except for the president, has made more than $240,000. So why is Collins making so much money?
Adam Andrzejewski, the CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, talking about some of the personnel issues in the Biden administration. A lot of research, a lot of number crunching that you have done. Thank you very much for talking to us on One American News, sir.
Thank you, John.